I'm Tom from DIY Life Tech, and this is a look at using OpenAI's new Codex platform. It's an AI platform that can write code to generate some JavaScript and actually pull data from an API. In this case, we're going to use it to take a plain text description and make a web page that shows the current price of Bitcoin. So I'm going to go ahead and say, get the current price of Bitcoin using Coindesk's API, and display it as a JavaScript alert. So a couple elements here. Coindesk's API is great because it doesn't require a token, so it's easy to do without having to do any kind of login or authentication. And you can see it's just a plain text description of what I want and how I want it to be displayed. To start, it's just going to be a JavaScript alert. So I'm going to press go here, and you can see Codex is actually going to write JavaScript that does exactly what I wanted. Now let's bring it into JS Fiddle, let it run, and it is going to go ahead and do exactly what I asked it to, which is pull up the current price of Bitcoin from Coindesk's API. Codex was able to determine, just from my plain text question there, how to write code that accesses that API successfully. It grabbed the current price of Bitcoin here, parsed it out, and then it created an alert to display it on my screen. So pretty amazing. Pulling down live data, literally just using a plain text description. But then let's just display it a little bit nicer. So I'm going to grab my same prompt. Let's clear this out. I'm going to go ahead and say, instead of a JavaScript alert, display it as giant red letters in the middle of a web page. So now I'm asking it to grab the same information and then to actually display it on a web page. So let's go ahead and pull up JS Fiddle, and there we go. We got the current price of Bitcoin displayed in giant red letters in the middle of the web page, exactly what I asked it to do. So pretty amazing capability. Again, Codex is able to take these really simple prompts that I'm giving it in plain text and do something as complex as write an integration to an API, pull down the data, parse out the data, and then display it, writing the appropriate HTML and JavaScript to put that all together, and correctly interpreting things like giant red letters to create the proper font size. Font weight is bold, and it's putting that into this web page exactly like I asked it to. So pretty impressive capabilities there from OpenAI's Codex.